Hello Truthers, Sean here with my rapid review for this week. So this week, decided to check out a new series that I'd recently learned about from a company called Source Point Press, and it's called Samurai Grandpa. And, and I read issue 1 this week, and it was really good. Um, Again, as discussed before with me, you know how I am about ancient Japanese culture, so obviously this story was going to probably appeal to me just off that alone. But basically, the story revolves around the main character, who is known as Oji-chan, or Grandpa in English, um, hoping to finally just lay his sword to rest. He no longer has to fight, he no longer has to be a warrior. He just wants to bury his sword in the forest and go home and spend the rest of his days with his son and his grandkids. Or child, I should say, just one child. So that's how the book begins, is him basically saying goodbye to his sword. You know, remembering all the good times that they've seen, remembering all the bad times. You see him say his goodbye, and then, you know, a couple of pages of really beautiful artwork of him walking and coming to his family's home, only to find, as he's calling out, that his son has been stabbed and basically is dying, and that his grandchild has been taken. Now, they've yet to reveal by who, but nonetheless, this sparks him to tell his daughter-in-law, who is at this point is feeling vengeful and wants to go out herself and kill whoever took their child. He tells her, no, he will handle it. She does not need to have the murder and the blood on her hands. So you see him venture back into the forest to go get his sword and begin this journey. Well, along the way, he's attacked by monkey ninjas, literal monkey ninjas, and it's hilarious because the fight kind of starts off with them just throwing a rock at his head, and you see them do a little bit of a spat back and forth, and then, you know, a couple of really good panels showing the fight scene that is kind of brief, but then he asks them why did they kill his son, and it's a bit, well, not really confusing, but they admit to knowing that his son dies due to some, you know, weird ritual or thing that they had that they can see and sense this kind of thing, but that they did not kill him. So after he questions them one more time, you know, saying that they're lying, this basically gets put to rest, and he decides that he needs to rest for a moment because obviously in his old age he is now, you know, hurting pretty good after this battle and just needs to sit down. Basically, he ends up falling asleep, and never was truly clear as to whether this was a dream or not. I don't think it was, but you see an old lover of his, Ketsumi, or Suni, if hope I'm pronouncing that right, come to him. I guess I guess she died in a past life or something like that, and is talking to him and warns him that the evil that he is about to face, he cannot handle. Even when he was younger, they said he might have had a chance, but now in his old age, um, he can't do it. Nonetheless, he still remains firm in that he wants to do this and to avenge his son and then hopefully finish everything out and get his granddaughter back. I'm sorry, that's the big thing. And to get his granddaughter back and back home to her mother, and then, you know, they can take care of each other, and hopefully, you know, he survives and he can be there for them as best he can. Um, as I mentioned earlier, the one of the strong points of this book for me was the artwork. I really liked the style of the art. It was kind of, you know, it was kind of vague, but, you know, but specific. And it was really, for me, it was the use of colors. It was the tone and the overall color of the book. Not to mention that a lot of the pages and everything were kind of a satin type finish. And I know I've never really talked about these things before, but for whatever reason, I know that I tend to like books and covers that are like that. I just seem to gravitate toward them more. It feels higher quality, just that kind of thing. So that's neither here nor there. That's just kind of me really kind of going into detail. But I definitely plan to finish issues, I believe it's 2, 3, and 4 that complete this little arc and do a full review on the whole story because I really think it's going to be really good. Mixing, ancient Japan, samurai, and, you know, magic and mystical things like that is, to me, has always been one of those formulas for success for a great story because they just kind of go hand in hand, especially when you think of the lore and stuff from those time periods. So I'm really excited to read the remainder of this story, as well as other things from Source Point, which I did read their miniseries Ogres, and I might do a review on that one down the road. That one is actually looking to be kind of a fun, lighthearted kind of story and whatnot. So, just all around, they seem to have a good variety of what they put out, and I hope, to do and read more from them. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you have read this before and what your thoughts are on it. If you've read the whole story, don't spoil it for me, please. Please, please. I really, but if you have read at least issue 1, let me know what you thought. I hope that you liked it as much as I did. And if you didn't, just let me know why. I'm always here to, listen to other people's viewpoints, and maybe there's something that I can point out that maybe will make you want to read the remainder of the issues. Anyways, that's all I got for this week, guys. I'll catch you later.